Assalamu alaikum. I'm Noor Mohammed, and welcome to another episode of Hajj Stories. In this series, I meet influential Muslims and ask them to share their memories of Hajj. Today, I'm speaking with England international and Yorkshire county cricketer Adil Rashid, MBE. So, Adil, you've taken part in Hajj, taken part in different rituals in Hajj, but who were you before you went to Hajj?
For myself, I think obviously myself as somebody who was a practicing Muslim, try my best to become a practicing Muslim and on the right path. Along with that, obviously doing my normal job, which is playing cricket. But I think, like you said, the Hajj is something that for myself that I've always wanted to go on and do throughout my career. But at times it's been a bit difficult with my work and cricket and stuff. But like I said, before the Hajj, it was somebody who was trying to gain and seeking knowledge in that sense. But obviously after Hajj, you gain that knowledge, seek a bit of knowledge, and you learn a few things whilst you're on Hajj as well in terms of certain things out there in terms of patience and all that stuff. And then obviously you try to bring that back into your daily life and stuff. So like I say, in that sense, it's definitely played a massive part.
Perfect. I know it wouldn't have been easier for you to take part in Hajj. I know you had to get permission from the ECB, I believe. So what was the challenges and what motivated you to perform Hajj?
I think I've always wanted to do it, but because of my work for the past 10, 15 years, I've always been fairly busy in the sense of, because I play cricket, so the cricket is always in England between April and generally September, October. So it's always tends to be busy in that time. But I really made a conscious effort for that year, was Hajj, COVID year as well. Me and the missus actually really had made a conscious effort. This is the perfect opportunity to try to do it now, because firstly it's a must anyway in terms of Hajj wise. It's a compulsory thing. As soon as you get the income, it's a thing that you have to do. So that's what me and the wife were really talking about. It is something we need to do. We have to do. We can't just prolong it over years to come, because like I said, we don't know what's gonna happen tomorrow or day after. So we made that conscious effort to do it that year. It was a bit, I would say, in terms of challenging, because it was COVID year. So things definitely were a lot different. It wasn't as how it was before, where from England you go with groups, whichever group you go with, they take you and they'll guide you through it. That year was a completely different one. People had to do it through a portal and through the Saudi thing, and there's only this such amount percentage can go, so you got to put your name in, bid. And also there's a lot of stress and tension in that way, because I did speak to the ECB before and I told them, listen guys, I need to go Hajj, do it this year. They were fully understanding, supported me. That's fine. I said I would need to go obviously in the summer, so I would have to miss games. A series, it was against India, T20 ODI series I think. But then that was one bit, so that was taken care of. No issues in that side in terms of work-wise. So ECB was, massively helpful in that way. But the challenging bit was getting the whole Hajj going through, because of the whole COVID stuff. Because it's never been done like that. And it was challenging. Am I not going? Am I going? So mentally, in that sense, me and my missus were preparing to go, but we weren't getting no information because we had to put our name in a hat to say. So experience prior to Hajj was definitely something that I will remember, because it was as easy as just booking through an agency. It was a lot more, let's say, back and forward visas, speaking to this, speaking to that. I had many people as well helping me along the way. I had some good friends who helped me. I had people like Sheikh Abu Isa, I don't know if you know him, and Jamil Rashid as well, who helped me. These guys who helped me along the way massively, purely because of the whole COVID, and there's no groups going, and we have to now individually do your thing, and gold, is it platinum, is it silver? So there was a lot of this going on at that time.
So you're at Hajj now, day one. How are you feeling spiritually? Was it different because there was less people?
Well, I wouldn't know, because I've never been. But from what I see on TV, like you see millions, you see it busy. So when I went there, I was like, oh, this is quite not as busy, quite calm. From what I'm watching on TV, it looks quite calm. Obviously, once you land there, the spirituality kicks in, the whole vibe of Hajj, and looking forward to the excitement, the buzz around that, all that is there. But sometimes you may, because you're going individually, because me and the missus, that maybe that experience of having somebody there who is knowledgeable, who's been through it. Like when you go with groups, you have spearhead of it, and you have other people to guide you through it and to create that whole atmosphere and bond and unity between, fellow Muslims and stuff like that. So maybe at times that was missing initially. But when you get there, you start meeting people and you start meeting, greeting, and you start hanging out with people and get to know people. And so that way it worked out, very well. But like I said, the experience was unbelievable. Once in a lifetime thing as well. So it's something that I will definitely never forget.
Obviously, you're quite well known in your career. Can you talk to us a bit more about the community and the people you met out there? How did it feel to be out there with different people from different places?
No, it was a great experience. Like you say, wonderful experience. We know that all around the world there's Muslims of all colours, all backgrounds as well, all cultures, from Russia to Poland. I'm giving all these names from everywhere, Africa. So to go there to see this black, white, all different colours come together as unity, and to do the same thing really speaks volumes of what it is, what we're trying to achieve, and what we want to do, what we have to do, what we love to do. That's the ultimate aim as well. And it's great to see, and once you're out there, you do meet new people. You meet people who are from Africa, people who are from Europe and Asia, but you all know, okay, you might have your differences in terms of culture, but the whole, what you're trying to achieve and what you want to do, everybody's driven towards the same goal, which makes things, like you say, obviously a lot easier, but you can communicate a lot more, you can get things done a lot more, and the vision as well is clear, what we all are trying to achieve once you are at Hajj as well. So like I say, I met people from America there who I got quite close with as well. I met a brother I met out there who used to run Hajj programs and stuff, and used to take a lot of people out to Pilgrims. So just by chance, he was in the same tent as me in there, and we just got along. And like I say, you tag, I won't say tag along, but you start becoming friends, and then all of a sudden a group, you form a group, and things just flow. So which I was quite fortunate that happened as well. So I had somebody who was actually quite knowledgeable, who's been there many, many, many times before, many years, and he knows like you say, I would say he knows the ins and outs of certain things as well.
Is there a memory that stood out to you in your Hajj experience?
There was quite a few actually. There was quite a few in terms of me and the wife. We walked it from the Mina tents all the way to Mecca, which was quite challenging because I can't remember. I think it took about 3 hours, 2-3 hours walk. Whereas a lot of people were getting the buses and stuff. Me and the missus made a conscious effort to say, right, let's try. We're going to do this once, or inshallah maybe do it a couple of years. You never know, many more times. But let's try to do it. Not, I won't say properly, but let's really do it. Let's walk. So I was like, right, okay, let's go. So that was a real challenging, but a real, like I say, I would say a proud moment, because we know, yes, it's good going by bus and going by car, whatever it is, but also by walking, you're trying to follow, in the footsteps of the Prophet ﷺ and stuff, and all the other prophets that were, doing these rituals and stuff. So just by that itself, made it a lot more special for me and the missus in doing that. So that really did stand out, because along the way you have your hurdles, you have your obstacles, because it's not all, it's not all sailing, because the weather's 45, 50 degrees, it's boiling, you need water, it's hot, you're wearing sandals, it's all that sweating, and you just might feel dizzy, sunburn, all that kicks in and stuff. So the challenge for that was a good one, a real challenge, but something that me and the missus are really proud of, in the sense of that we did that, which is a good one. A few other ones were when we went to where do we go? We went to Arafat. We went there. We actually walked from again. Obviously, we were in the tents, but we actually wanted to go to the Mount Arafat, so we had to walk all the way there as well, which was another one, which is a good one. Obviously, we wanted to get to the top of Mount Arafat. We didn't have the opportunity to get out to the top. We got somewhere close to it. Just again, trying to really follow in the footsteps, trying to really feel that Hajj experience and spirituality. That was one of the main things, was to actually do all this stuff. It would have been easy just to, you can still do it. It's still, like I say, just staying where you are and doing it, because like I say, you're within the boundaries of the Arafah, with the boundaries of everything, but we actually wanted to actually take that little bit extra journey, or should I say step towards, really feeling that. Because, sometimes you watch it as well on TV, you see Arafah, you see people there. That's the feeling as well. Spiritually, me and the missus really wanted to have that as well, to really make it a full experience.
MashaAllah, you're very fit yourself, obviously. So going through these different rituals, it wouldn't have been so hard. Did you anyway prepare your wife for this physically or mentally?
Yeah,
or how did you prepare yourself?
Well, I prepare myself because obviously I play cricket, so I'm generally quite active in that sense. I'm out and about, maybe doing a few activities, playing sport, cricket or whatever it is. But the missus as well, I think prior to that, she definitely, I think, started going to the gym, mentally preparing, going to the gym, going for walks. So just preparing herself, preparing the legs to, I don't know how many miles you've been doing a day or how many steps it is, 20,000, 30,000 steps a day. So she was definitely mentally preparing. So a lot of credit goes to her for actually preparing herself for what she did. And she out there, she coped very, very well in the sense of keeping it up with me. Sometimes at times I had to keep up with her because she was the one sometimes in lead, in charge, let's go. And so a lot of credit goes to her for how she actually managed herself, but how she also pushed herself as well towards, maintaining fitness, because it's not easy when you're out there, because of the heat, everything's on foot, food-wise, water-wise, there's a lot of challenges, a lot of patience, you got a lot of sabr, you got a lot of patience, because things are not all sailing, things happen along the way, timings, bus is late, this is late, you're late to do this, there's a queue here, there's this, all these challenges, come along, but myself and the missus, we really definitely taught us that patience, to have that patience as well.
Did you feel yourself spiritually changed taking part in the different rituals during Hajj?
Yeah, obviously, because once you do the rituals, you know what you're trying to achieve. You're trying to follow the footsteps of Prophet Ibrahim, Prophet Muhammad. You're trying to follow these footsteps. So when you're doing that, you're trying to visualize as well that you're trying to know that, okay, the prophets did the same thing that we're doing. So if you're trying to visualize that, which myself and the missus were trying to visualize, okay, the prophets did this, let's try visualize that, walking on the Kaaba, Safa, Marwa, doing these rituals, going here, pelting, all this stuff was done by the Prophet. So once we had tried to have that mentality of visualizing that, things definitely, you definitely get a lot more, peace, or a lot more feeling towards that. Yeah, this is surreal type of thing.
Perfect. Obviously, when you're taking part in Hajj, you can't wear your normal clothes. You're kind of just reduced to what you're wearing. Can you talk to us how you felt, being detached from the real world?
It felt peace. Definitely felt peaceful. It felt simple. Life felt very simple because everybody out there is all the same, regardless of rich, poor, color, whatever. Nobody cares there about status or what it is you do, all that kind of stuff. Because we're all there, two pieces of cloth, white cloth, simple, to keep everybody equal and towards the same goal. But life felt simple. You don't have to. It just felt very simple. No worry about, like I said, the bottom, the jeans or the t-shirts. It just cloth, right, off you go. Do your thing, and to see everybody in that unity as well. It's a real special feeling. It's pretty hard sometimes to explain that as well.
So in Hajj, there's a lot to do. There's a lot I feel like you're learning. What key lessons did you take away from your Hajj experience?
I think there's quite a few. Number one, I think, is sabr, patience. Definitely out there, you need a lot of patience because not everything goes sailing on as to plan. You plan one thing, so easy can go this way or go that way. So I think patience in everything, patience in getting into the haram itself. You might, for example, namaz, salah might start at 1:30. You might have to set off at 12:30, even though you might be staying 5 minutes away. You got to give yourself an hour to get in there because of the rush and security and stuff. So you got to have patience in that. Patience in food-wise, for example. Generally out there getting food. Patience in with people as well, because things are, can get a bit crowded at times and a bit pushy and sure. But you got patience with people because it teaches you to control your anger as well. Because at times you can definitely at that place can get frustrated, can get angry at certain things, and the natural instinct sometimes can be to say something or have a reaction. So it teaches you to really control your anger, your ego. So that's the number one thing. But also it teaches you to, when you're out there, to help others as well. The elderly, when they may be struggling to do certain things, it's giving them a helping hand. helping them with Safa Marwan, for example, if they need a wheelchair, or pushing them, for yourself to give, firstly, you're doing it for the sake of Allah, that's the ultimate thing, but also to help, that individual, to make things easier for, the elderly, sometimes the young kids. So all this around, it's not just personally about yourself and doing your own thing, but also helping one another, for that same common goal, and to make things easier for them, giving a helping hand, whether it's food, water, helping somebody with, the wheelchair or any other things in that. So patience, giving a helping hand. And like I said, these are the main things that it teaches you, as well as obviously doing your rituals, your salah, you got to do, all this stuff. But in terms of yourself as a person, it definitely, them two things I would definitely say it will help you a lot.
So coming back from Hajj, how long was it after that you won the World Cup, T20 World Cup?
Maybe a year.
A year?
Maybe a year. I can't remember actually what it was, but maybe a year. So after I came back from Hajj, I got straight into, probably I think a week off, but I got straight into cricket, playing cricket again for England. And then, like I say, between 8 to 12 months later, alhamdulillah, we won the World Cup, T20 World Cup, which was a big thing again for England. Winning a World Cup, that's ultimately, as a cricketer or as a footballer or any other sport that plays, cricket as a World Cup, that's the ultimate, aim in terms of sporting, is to achieve that as a team. And that's, alhamdulillah, we did that as well. A year after I went to Hajj, which was another, like I said, big thing, a blessing for that as well.
2019 ODI World Cup, Morgan said, Allah is with us. Can you talk to us about your relationship with the England squad and how accepting they are and how they are with your faith?
The England team, I really massively respect myself, respect all the Muslims in the team, respect the faith itself. Myself and more, all the England players that are in there, we feel welcomed. They understand now, like you say, the do's and don'ts, let's say. They understand the respect, the culture. And just itself is, in the England team ourselves, we got so many people from different backgrounds itself. Myself from Pakistan, we got from Caribbean, we got South Africa, we got New Zealand, Irish. We're talking about Irish as well. We got Owen Morgan, who's been England's most successful and best captain, ever in that sense. But he's definitely one for myself who was someone who really, respected myself on Muslims very on a high note. Like I said, there was that incident back in 2019 when before the Super over, Morgan came to me and said, "Rash, what do you reckon?" I said to him, "Don't worry, Allah's with us." So, but not just that itself. It's, as a person himself, is a couple of hours later when he had to do his press conference. That's when he mentioned it again. So, I'm just giving an example. It was just in a passing conversation that me and him had a conversation where I said, "Oh, don't worry, Allah's with us." For him then to remember that and actually do that in a press conference where somebody asked him a question, and he said, "I spoke to Rash Adil," and he said, "Don't worry, Allah's with us." Just that himself saying that, it speaks volume of him as well, but him as how he respects Muslims, how he sees Muslims, how he views Islam as well, to that aspect as well. But myself, like I said, I feel real comfortable around the people within the England environment. They show respect. They know about Salah. They know we have to pray. They know about halal food. They know about all the champagne stuff. Initially, they may not have known at the beginning, but once, like I said, we spoke about it and give them the information of, what we cannot do. That then became a norm that when you celebrate, okay, no champagne, we take the picture, then maybe we go out the picture, or we definitely go out the picture, and then once we're clear, they do their thing, or whatever it is. So in that sense, the respect we get is massive. Like I said, a lot of credit goes to them as well for, knowing that, accepting that, and not only catering for that as well. So it would be so easy for them to turn around and say, obviously, no, forget that. We'll just carry on doing what we're doing in terms of just keep doing the champagne stuff and not really care about your prayer time, salah time, not really care about halal food, not halal food. But alhamdulillah, like you said, they're doing very well to cater for those Muslims.
How complicated was it to get permission from the ECB to go to Hajj?
No, it wasn't complicated at all, actually. It was the initial thing for myself to speak to the ECB, speak to them, speak to Owen Morgan, who had a really good relationship with, who I could speak to, and say to him, "Listen, I need to do Hajj. I'm planning on going Hajj this year. This is the time, around June, July. I'm looking to go. I'll be gone for potentially 2-3 weeks. I will potentially miss a full series. And they were very much like, okay, that's fine. You go do your thing, do what you have to do. No problem on our side. And you go do that, just come back. Hopefully everything goes well out there. Do what you have to, come back and straight back into it. So in the sense of that process, it wasn't difficult at all from my side. It was just the initial conversation. They were supportive. Morgan was all for it. He's a very big family man, and do your family comes first in terms of religion. Do what you have to do in terms of religion. And obviously, in the sense of cricket-wise, that will take care of itself. So when I did that, I'd never thought of, in my mind was never, okay, I'm going to miss this game. I'm going to miss this series. So what if I miss this series and I might lose my spot? So that kind of stuff didn't cross my mind whatsoever. I didn't have that thought. I didn't have that thinking, because I was purely concentrating on Hajj, and they were supporting me, and they made things, ECB definitely made things a lot easier for me just because they were supportive.
You missed a very important series against India. Did you not find that difficult?
No, I didn't. That actually didn't cross my mind. It was like, I'm going to miss this series, or should I not miss it? Because I knew for myself, this is something I have to do to go Hajj. If I don't do it now, the next year I'm going to be in the same boat, and the next year I'm going to be in the same boat. Not next year, same boat. In years to come, I don't know what's going to happen. So once I made that, me and the missus made that decision to say, right, this is the year we're going to go. We have to go. That cricket then, whether it was against whoever it was, then goes back there. You don't actually think about that, regardless of what it is. Even if my career, for example, was on the line type of thing, or even if I was not performing well, or if I was in and out of the side, I was at 50-50. Even if it was that situation, I still would have gone and done Hajj, because this is a decision me and the missus made, and something that we said, right, we have to do it now, because we've got the means, we've got the ability, and it's something that is compulsory and we must do. So we did that. But ECB, like I say, massively helped along the way and made things a lot easier for myself.
So is there any advice you can give to anyone who's going to perform Hajj this year?
Advice I would give is, before you go, make sure you prepare yourself mentally, physically. Know that when you get out there, what's required from you. Just basically gaining knowledge for yourself, so you prepare yourself when you get out there. You don't want to go there just really relying on, when you used to go before, just the leaders, because times have changed, things have changed. You're going by yourself almost. But do your research in everything on how to conduct yourself out there, how to do certain things. But ultimately go out there with an open mind and know that, like I say, that you will, inshallah, be forgiven in that sense, in terms of doing the rituals and feel the whole presence and feel that spirituality and really feel it and have and ultimately, like I say, when you're doing this, really enjoy it as well. Enjoy and don't take it as a burden, not a burden, I won't say a burden, but take it something you have to do, but something that you want to do, and enjoy it and feel the love and feel that passion and enjoyment. And enjoy as well, like I say, meeting new people. Enjoy that unity you will have with your Muslim brothers and sisters around the world.
Perfect. Thank you so much.